Last night on MasterChef Australia, we kicked off a Western Australian odyssey with a challenge on a massive scale.
450 miners, 24 hours.
And it was Jay's team that triumphed. Tonight, the blue team's off to a Margaret River vineyard.
It's the most gorgeous setting.
For an invention test with a twist.
You'll each have a different core ingredient.
Oh my goodness me.
At stake, a MasterChef first, double immunity.
Now you're excited.
2 immunities in one, it's unheard of.
Doesn't get much better than this.
Cooking well isn't good enough.
Your dish must be divine.
Time is running out. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to get there.
Waking up this morning in our residence at Cape Lodge has just been surreal. The Margaret River region is one of the most beautiful areas of Australia.
Did you hear the kookaburras singing?
Yeah, there was kookaburras singing all sorts of
This place
noises.
is amazing.
So glad we won. Thanks, Jay and Danny.
Oh, thank you guys.
I feel ecstatic, not only to be here, but to have led a team to a victory. It's my first captaincy role, and for the team to get over the line was a huge thing for me. Let's go and get our Chef Whites on and ready to go.
Get ready.
I've never worn my Chef Whites before, so I actually got dressed first. I was so excited. I want to cook really well today because I want to prove that someone from WA deserves to be here and it deserves to be me.
Standing up on the balcony, Jay and I are both in our Chef's Whites. He's a really good mate, and the fact is he's a brilliant cook, so I think he's my biggest competitor, and I'm going to have to pull up something special to beat him.
We arrive at this vineyard. It's the most gorgeous setting. The vineyards in the background, the cooking station set right in between. It kind of takes my breath away.
From the mine to the vines. Welcome to the Claro Winery in Margaret River, a region famous not only for its wines, but also for its fantastic local produce.
It'd be great to be sampling some of the Claro wines or enjoying a relaxing lunch, but we've got our chef's gear on, and so we're going to get to work.
Today, there's no threat of elimination, just the sweet scent of immunity. And today, we're offering it up in 2 ways. Bring us the best dish today, and you'll find yourself battling it out in tomorrow's immunity challenge with a chance to win one of those game-changing immunity pins.
I've already had one shot at immunity. I wasn't successful in that one.
I think he put up a great fight. Thank you.
So I'd really love another chance at securing one of those pins.
But also, win today, and you won't have to take part in the next challenge back in MasterChef Kitchen. That means you're safe for the whole of the week, regardless of whether you win that immunity challenge tomorrow.
I'd love to win today. I mean, to get 2 immunities in one, it's unheard of, and I'm going to do everything I can to get it.
So what's the challenge? Today, you'll all be facing an invention test. But with so much spectacular produce in this region, we've decided to blow this invention test wide open. There just won't be one core ingredient that you'll all be working with. Instead, you'll each have a different core ingredient to work with. Core ingredient number 1 is king crab. Core ingredient number 2, Margaret River venison. Goat. Margaret River rock lobster. Core ingredient number 5, Arcady lamb rump.
Ingredient number 6 is Jarradine pork, of Brollis Island scallops. The next ingredient is Marin. These are absolutely beautiful. They're unique to Western Australia. White Rocks veal. Now, the last ingredient. We went to some effort with this one. It's extra special. Ostrich eggs.
I am petrified of those ostrich eggs. I have absolutely no idea what I'm going to do with them.
Pavlova, scrambled eggs, an omelette.
Oh my goodness me.
The ostrich eggs look so big, it's straight out of Jurassic Park. I almost expect a creature to come out of it.
It's time to pick your core ingredient. We've cooked up a little game of chance. On each of these wine bottles is a number, and those numbers match up with one of these ingredients. Who wants to pick first? Jay, what do you want to get?
Probably the Marin would be my number 1 choice.
Off you go. Right, Jay, what do you got? Number 8, the Marin. You happy about that?
Yeah, very happy. Out of all 10 ingredients, that was the one that I actually wanted. I've been lucky enough to select it, so now I need to come up with the goods.
Right, guys, we're going to go down the line now. Billy? Number 9, the White Rocks veal. Danny, off to the bottles. Ooh, it's a seance.
Scallops.
Hey, well done.
Adam?
Number 4, the lobster.
Ali?
Oh, pork.
Number 6, pork. 5 ingredients are gone, but those ostrich eggs still sit there nice and proud. Kumar, what ingredient would you like?
I would have been happy with anything except for the Marin or the ostrich eggs, which I haven't used.
Let's find out what you're going to get.
Ostrich eggs.
Yeah! Kumar, how do you feel about the ostrich eggs?
Delighted, I'm thrilled. My heart just sinks. I really don't know what I should be doing, and I'm just dredging my brain to try and think of things that I can do with them.
Ah, sigh of relief. The eggs are gone. Rachel? The lamb.
Yeah.
You happy with the lamb?
Yeah, I am very happy.
Cooked with lamb rump before?
No, I don't think I have actually with that particular cut, so I have a bit of fun.
There are 3 core ingredients left. The king crab, the Margaret River venison, and the goat. Sun, let's find out what you're going to get.
The ingredient I least want to cook with is venison. I don't know how it works, I don't know how it's meant to taste, and I don't really know how it's meant to be cooked.
Yeah.
Number 2, the venison. You're worried about that?
Yeah, I am a bit worried about it.
2 shots for immunity here. I'd focus on cooking that venison beautifully. 2 more ingredients left, goat and king crab. Michael, which one do you want?
I guess I'd prefer the crab, but I would have rather the venison.
What's wrong with the goat?
I just worry about cooking time on the goat.
Good luck.
Beautiful.
Number 3, the goat.
I've eaten goat a few times. Actually, I ate goat in Morocco, goat's head once in Morocco, but I don't have a head, so it's not going to help me much today.
Peter, obviously, you've ended up with the crab. You happy with that?
Better than the goat. I've cooked mud crab before,
Okay.
Queensland mud crab, so I'm hoping that's sending me in the right direction. This is a Western Australian king crab. You see them very rarely in the Sydney fish market, so it's kind of a treat and an adventure all the same.
So now you know what your core ingredient is. What else are you going to be cooking with? Well, we've got a little bit of help with this one. A local expert, somebody that understands the produce in Western Australia and the Margaret River perfectly. Please welcome the head chef of Clairol Vineyard Restaurant, Jake Drengenberg.
I'm head chef of Clairol Estate in Margaret River. My chefs pick their vegetables from the garden fresh every morning, and all of our land-based and sea-based products I try to source from within a 300 to 400 kilometre radius. An impressive dish to me has to respect all of its ingredients. It's got to tell a story, and if the words don't match up, it doesn't sing to me.
Jake, welcome to MasterChef. Why do you love Western Australian produce?
Gary, we are surrounded here by just probably the cleanest coastline in the world with some pristine growing conditions. As part of your challenge today, I'm going to let you into my pantry. I'm going to give you the keys to my organic kitchen garden.
Jake, what a privilege, and sounds amazing. What sort of stuff have you got growing in there?
We've got every herb under the sun. We've got zucchinis, baby beetroot, baby spring onions, there's yellow flowering squash. I guess anything you can handle picking is up there, so good luck.
There is every ingredient you could possibly imagine in his garden, and it's going to be a lot of fun playing with that.
Now you're excited, because that sounds absolutely beautiful. You've got 5 minutes to grab all the ingredients that you need from that kitchen garden. And then you've got 60 minutes to cook a beautiful dish using that core ingredient.
Ladies and gentlemen, time to get busy amongst the vegetables. Your 5 minutes in the patch starts now.
Coming up.
Wow, I got a lot of crab.
The ingredients aren't all they're cracked up to be. And later, who will end up with egg on their face?
There's a few simple mistakes in this dish.
And who will win double immunity?
You could potentially win this competition. Ladies and gentlemen, your 5 minutes in the patch starts now.
Our winery challenge today is that we've all been given a different core ingredient that has been locally sourced, and we have to cook the best dish, and that could give you a chance to get dual immunity. It's a chance for, you know, winning that pin, but also not being in any elimination challenges for the rest of the week.
Running around the veggie patch, it was a little bit like, you know, being Peter Rabbit in Mr. McGregor's garden. There's some fantastic vegetables to go along with the goat. Maybe, just maybe, I can, you know, make this dish better than I thought.
I'm looking for flowers and pretty things. We've got a very delicate protein with the Marin, so I can't do anything overpowering.
Being in the vegetable garden today is a real highlight for me because that's something I'm really into. I'm an account manager with an art and framing company, but my ultimate dream is to move to the country and start growing my own range of heirloom vegetables. I'm at a point in my life when I want to see what comes next, and hopefully this will give me a kick into my food dream.
The mantra of every good chef is local, seasonal, beautiful produce. Now it's your chance to show us it's your mantra too. You have 60 minutes, and your time starts now.
The protein I'm using is the veal, and I'm just keeping it simple today, so I'm going to just make a seared veal loin served with seasonal baby vegetables.
I decided to make a summer scallop salad using watermelon and basil as some of the main flavours.
With my core ingredient, the local Western Australian lobster, I'm planning to make a lobster bisque.
The dish I'm making today is pork cutlets with our fennel and apple puree. There's a lot at stake today, and so I just really want to do a good job.
I've never used ostrich eggs before. I'm really looking forward to using it and using it well. I'm planning on making a frittata because I think it's a good use of the egg to bind the colours of the vegetables together. It's time to crack the egg, and I'm excited.
So a little bit nervous, Kumar?
Very.
Good.
Never ever done an ostrich egg.
I'm in the middle of my cooking and I can hear Kumar starting to tap on the edge of that egg. So I'm peering over the vines between us.
Yeah, so just a bit like a coconut. Yeah, and when it starts to go, see if you can work it.
Oh!
Oh!
Come on, Kumar.
Easy
There he
she
goes.
goes.
There he goes.
Right in.
And as it cracks open, how much white is in that egg?
Look at that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's incredible. Look at that.
That's amazing. It's like watching a child being born.
Tell us what the dish is. What are you cooking?
I started to go with a frittata with vegetables and a little salad to go with it.
Frittata? A bit pedestrian. Anything that you can make with an egg, you can do. So you could make fritters of some kind. You can make an emulsified sauce like a mayonnaise, egg nets, you know, all that sort of stuff.
Well, I just want to go with the frittata.
What do you reckon? If it's a frittata, what's it got to do?
It's got to be brilliant.
Well, I'll give it a go.
I'm sure it will be.
Well, the judges say that my initial thought was pretty boring. I'm disappointed, but it sets me thinking something a little bit more adventurous is what's required.
You have some beautiful ingredients and you've only got one job to do today, and that's bring us a corker. You've got just under 45 minutes to go. Come on, guys.
I think I've got the right protein to win this challenge today. It's something that I'm comfortable with. I know not to overcook that Marin. Really just need to highlight the quality of that beautiful produce.
Jay, what are you cooking?
The Marin head.
That's
This
the
is going to
Marin,
be a
of course.
sauce. So I've got the tails still in the esky. I've sort of slide those up onto a spoon to keep it
Fantastic.
straight.
What do you reckon of that?
That's clever. I like seeing chefs think on their feet, and that's going to have a beautiful, straight presentation.
Describe the dish to us.
I don't want to overpower this, so I'm just doing a poached Marin tail and then just an assortment of the fresh baby vegetables that I got from the garden.
Just remember that Marin is really unique. It's quite earthy.
Yeah.
It's a land-based crustacean.
Yeah.
Iconic to Western Australia. And you're dead on. Don't overpower it.
I'm quite confident, but I think my biggest threat could be Michael. He really has shown over the last few weeks that he's a strong cook and he's also very determined to win this.
Today with my goat, I'm going to pan roast the racks and I'm going to try and, I don't know if I've done it before, but poach the fillet in olive oil. There's a lot of positive pressure on today's cooking. It gives you an opportunity to experiment a little bit with some, new techniques and new styles. It's a little bit exciting too, because I know that if I pull one off, it might mean the difference between cooking for immunity or being a spectator again. I'm not going to do anything I've never really done before, apart from the config. So there's some safety, but a little bit of danger, so it should be good.
I think probably one of the easier protein options.
I want to create a bit of a camp oven, so I cover the fry pan with foil. It's working a treat. It seems to be keeping the heat in, and I'm very happy with what's happening under there.
Rachel, hometown hero.
Oh, I don't know about that. Let's hope it works out first.
What protein did you get, Rachel?
I got lamb, and so I marinated it in wine, garlic, a little bit of lemon zest.
You know what I'm liking about just standing here is it smells great.
Yes.
I'll be honest. So if you hit all the points and that lamb's nice and pink and really tender, then it could be a great dish.
Let's hope
Simple.
so. Yes.
All right, good stuff.
Good
Don't want to
flavours.
let Western Australia down, do you?
No.
No,
Not putting you on the spot.
No, no pressure.
challenge.
No pressure.
This lamb is absolutely beautiful. You'd have to pour arsenic over it to make it taste disgusting.
What I'm heading towards is a king crab and barbecued pepper salad.
Usually I cook a whole crab, but out here, there's no way I'm going to get that much water boiling to actually cook a crab, and particularly one as big as that.
I have no idea how to dismember this crab, and so Gary very helpfully comes over.
So put your point of the knife into that little crease there, and then smack it, and then down. That's it.
I have to take a mallet to the other side of the crab to actually break it in half. It's the toughest shell I've ever had to work on. But it seems a terrible waste just to push it all aside and only deal with a tiny amount of it.
There you go. Yeah. And look at all that. Look at all that. That is sensational stuff.
So there's going to be a lot of crab meat served today.
I'm really glad the judges made me change my mind because it's a challenge after all, and I'm really taking the challenge up. I was wanting to do a frittata, but after having seen this and looking at the vegetables, I think I might change tack and do a sort of egg net. An egg net is like a pancake that you wrap things in, but because of its laciness, you can actually see the stuffing. The perfect egg net would look like a lace doily. It's setting, but it's not really netty enough, and I'm trying to figure out how I can make it in a mesh form. I've got plenty, so I've got lots to play around with.
Today's all about winning. Today is all about getting immunity. Immunity twice a week, knowing that you will not be leaving this competition. 30 minutes to go. Boom, boom, shake those vines.
My biggest fear today is stuffing up this venison. I have no idea how to cook it, and there are 1,000 ways I could go wrong.
Sun?
Hello.
Love the hat, darling.
Yeah.
It's very racing,
It's
isn't it?
survival for me.
It is survival.
Yeah.
Right, Jake, you don't know this, but Sun was a vegetarian until not long ago.
Right.
So
And you've got the reddest of meats.
Something I carry into every challenge in MasterChef is my desire to prove to the judges that they haven't made a mistake putting me here. I want them to stop looking at me as a vegetarian who's cooking meat, and I really want them just to see me as a cook.
What's the dish you're cooking?
I'm going to stuff the venison, fill it with beet leaves and then braised beets. Roll it, sear it.
You know when you roll something, the risk is that when you've coloured it and caramelised on the outside, that's overcooked, and then the bit in the middle, you know, is
Yeah, I was a bit
raw.
concerned about that.
I'd be happy with a quick seared piece of venison with some beetroot.
Yeah.
I feel a bit thrown off. Gary and Jake are not that impressed with my idea. To get that double immunity, cooking well isn't good enough. You have to cook the best. For today's invention test, my core ingredient is venison. I'm feeling a little bit shaky. I've had to change my dish.
I was originally going to stuff my venison with some beets and things along those lines, but this is a really lovely piece of venison.
So I'm going to sear off fillets, try and cook them perfectly, and serve my beets on the side.
I do always worry that things are going to be too simple in this competition. The funny thing is, though, is that when I go simple, it's when it seems to work.
There's a lot at stake with this challenge. Obviously, I would love to win it and have a go at getting dual immunity. However, I'm trying to make the perfect egg net, and nothing seems to be working.
Give us a look. Lift it up. Lift it up. Oh, it's not bad. You've got time. I mean, that was your first one, yeah?
No, it's the third one. I just don't like the swirly pattern that I'm creating. I want it to be really perfect, so I decide to have another go.
After the pressure of the mines, this is all about the joy of cooking and firing for those 2 shots and immunity. There's 15 minutes to go.
I've got a lot of different elements that I'm trying to pull together for this salad. And I'm afraid that time is running out. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to get there.
Peter?
Hey, Gary.
So tell us, what's the dish?
I'm cooking a warm crab salad.
Yep.
I'm going to roast off these peppers whole. I know that's kind of a strange thing to do with the seeds in, but we do it a lot. They're very easy to grow.
So you grow these at home, do you?
Yeah.
You live in an apartment, don't you?
Yeah, I do. But you can grow these on your balcony.
Yeah, and that, for you, that garden there would be a bit of a dream,
it's
wouldn't
absolute paradise.
it? You should be in your element. You got a kitchen garden. You got one of the most expensive products on the planet.
Yeah.
You happy?
Yeah, I'm happy, but every time you say I'm in my element, I fail.
Don't be like that. Come on, Peter.
I'm getting there.
Hopefully I'll get to a point where I feel confident about what I'm presenting to them. There's stage of the competition, I'm not.
The name of the game today is to be inventive. My big experimentation with this goat is the loins. I'm going to poach them in olive oil. I've never done this before, but you know, I know that if I do it right, it's going to be really succulent and melt in your mouth.
My advice would be just keep your eye on it. Goat is easy to dry out, whether it's on a slow cook or a quick cook.
Yep.
Do not let it go.
Yep.
Remember what you're fighting for here?
Yes, double immunity.
Yeah,
that's
fantastic. Thank you, guys. Winning an immunity pin would be a lot like wearing a bulletproof jacket. It would make me feel a lot safer in the competition and really cement my place here for a lot longer.
Jake, this is a very special place. I mean, we're standing in Clairol Vineyard. It's in the heart of the Margaret River, Western Australia. I can't think of a better place to cook gorgeous food, and they've got some fantastic ingredients.
Gary, Sun to me is the real impressor of the gang. Ex-vegetarian, she copped venison, which is, as we all know, is a tricky meat to cook.
So this one's got to be cooked beautifully to impress us. This is their chance to go out on a limb. I was waiting for somebody to pick those ostrich eggs. Every bottle that got picked up, I go, come on, ostrich eggs! Yeah. And it was Kumar.
He decided to do the egg net.
But you know what? He's struggling with those egg nets. Let's hope he gets it right.
Well, he's got enough egg to give it a shot.
This is my 5th attempt. It's not going as well as I want it to go, but I think I've got time for one more attempt.
Your dish must be divine. Time to move. You got 5 minutes to go.
On MasterChef, the judges like their lamb pink. I'm pretty happy I take it off and let it rest. I would really love to prove myself today because we're in WA and, you know, I'm from Western Australia, so there's a lot on my mind at the moment.
To me, presentation is a massive part of plating a dish. What I am trying to do is remove the claw meat from this Marin absolutely intact, and it's really going to set my presentation off if I can do it.
Time to plate up the fruits of your labour. You have 1 minute to go.
Successfully got the whole entire claw off in one piece. Taking risks in this challenge and pulling them off is what it's all about. There's only one winner, so I need to give it everything.
That's looking beautiful, Jay. Well, you're doing a really nice job, mate. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Guys, it doesn't get much better than this. Look at this place.
Plate up, clean up. 30 seconds to go.
This is my 6th attempt and I'm really happy with it. Practice makes perfect. And I'm thrilled about it because you can see the colours of the lovely vegetables through it.
This dish is a cracker. I'm really happy with it. I don't think I could have done much more to give myself a shot at immunity.
You have 10 seconds to go. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Hands down.
Well done, guys.
I plated up and there's a mountain of crab there. And I look around at everyone else's and it's this terribly refined, fine art kind of plating that I have no concept of.
Today's challenge was about only one thing, cooking to win. At stake, the chance of immunity for the next challenge in the MasterChef kitchen and the opportunity to battle it out for one of those elusive immunity pins. At this stage of the competition, those sort of things can propel you into the final few, and that's where you want to be. We're going to head to the tasting table, where we'll look at your dishes.
Every time you carry your plate up to the judges, there's always, you know, that little apprehension. But honestly, today, I'm not nervous. I want to win and be eligible for dual immunity.
Rachel, home ground advantage. Have you won today?
I think I've cooked a pretty good dish. I mean, it was just the most amazing produce.
What's the dish?
I made lamb rum and it's served on a bed of rainbow chard with roasted beetroot.
Right, let's taste.
Rachel, how did you want the lamb cooked?
When I first cut it, it was quite pink.
How's your bit, George?
Overcooked. My lamb's definitely overcooked. And there's a few simple mistakes in this dish. Beetroot's not peeled. Every component lacks quite a bit of seasoning.
Flavours are good, but it's not your greatest work. Thank you, Rachel.
Thank you.
I really wanted to represent WA in a positive light, and I've certainly failed today.
I think people are surprised when they see the delicate, pretty dishes that I come up with, but that's my passion. I love to make food look beautiful.
Jake, you confident?
I am, yeah.
You going to win immunity today?
I'd hope so, yeah.
Tell us what the dish is.
I've called it the Garden of Marin. So it's Marin basically poached and done with a few little delicate things that I found in the veggie patch.
It looks fabulous. Let's taste.
You've done a great job cooking Marin. You were really true to it, and you took a beautiful, beautiful product and made it into something more beautiful. Well done.
Two things I don't like about it. Crunchy beetroot, any little dots of sauce don't cut it with me. If you're going to put so much effort into making that sauce, then give us more. But the rest of it, I love. I love how you've presented it. It's a smashing dish. It really is.
Jay, that's a restaurant quality dish. And what you've done today is prove that you are a serious contender. Well done, Jay.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Well done, mate. Good job.
Applying for this series of MasterChef, I really did question whether I was doing the right thing. Today, I think the comments from the judges prove that I did.
Peter, that is one mighty plate of crab. I don't think I've ever been to a restaurant and seen so much crab.
I know that's just ridiculously lavish, but it's kind of the way I think, you know. I mean, I don't do little small things. I serve up as though it was something that I was going to eat.
Is this dish good enough to win immunity?
No, it's not.
No?
I don't know. I just think I'm at a point in the competition where I feel less confident.
Let's taste this dish.
Easy to plate something up beautifully, but to cook something like crab perfectly is a total other level, and you've achieved that. Stop doubting yourself, all right? You're a good cook.
Okay.
Because that's spectacular. Just needs a little bit of replating. Big deal.
I need to start thinking in a more less is more.
Thank you very much.
One pepper and a little pile of crab meat would be elegant rather than, wow, I got a lot of crab.
Carrying my dish up to the judges, I'm actually feeling really happy and confident. And I think I've cooked the venison very well. And to get that immunity would be an amazing thing.
Sun, the ex-vegetarian, confronted by the most meaty of all meats.
Yes.
Give us the menu description of this dish, please.
It's venison, it's got a red wine sauce, there's some sautéed beets and golden potato, which is pumpkin and potato mash.
Georgie, let's see how Sun's done.
The venison is beautiful. You've really kept its integrity, nice caramelisation, and I love that little tangle of, you know, beetroot leaves and the roasted beetroot. It's just a nice little presentation. The flavour's great. I like it.
Simple, precise, really good flavours, and you've done it justice. It is a beautiful cut of meat. You've cooked it well.
Thank you. That's all I really wanted to be able to do with that.
It just lacks a killer sauce to go with it. That's the one thing it lacks. You really have proved that as a cook, you're an ex-vegetarian no longer, so well done.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
If I walked back into the MasterChef kitchen wearing an immunity pin, I'd feel so proud. I really want to have that validation, and that's really what the immunity pin gives you.
Kumar, the day didn't start all that well with the ostrich eggs. What was the dish you made?
Roasted garden vegetables with an egg net and a herb salad.
Do you think you can win immunity with this dish?
Well, I certainly hope so. I've put a lot of effort into it.
I like it, but I don't love it. Just a lot of capsicum and a lot of capsicum peel.
I love it. I think it's really nice. I love roasted peppers, I love tomatoes. I mean, if there's any comment that I'd make is that you're sort of curious about that ostrich egg, and if I saw that on a menu, I'd be like, OK, I don't really get an impression of that egg. What does it actually taste like? You know, it would have been nice maybe to incorporate another texture of the egg in there.
Thank you.
I'm really pleased with what I've put up today. I am happy with myself for rising up to the challenge and producing something really good-looking and tasty with a very difficult ingredient.
Adam, what is it?
I've made a lobster bisque.
The lobster itself was beautifully cooked. I think the soup bisque is a little light on for flavour.
Ellie, you've done a beautiful job with the pork. More crackling and it would have been a great dish.
Billy, the veal is unbelievable, but you haven't really added to it for me. You've actually distracted from it because that jus is tart, it's acidic.
Danny, what's your dish?
It's a summer scallop salad.
Thank you for not overcooking those scallops, but never, ever chop up a scallop like that.
Sure.
Present it like lychee.
Yeah, right.
I'm really proud of how my goat dish looks. I think it's definitely the best dish I've cooked in this competition.
Michael, that is a very restaurant-y kind of dish. Looks beautiful. What have you cooked us?
Goat with the white wine sauce.
Do you think this is an immunity-winning dish?
You know, yeah, I think it is, yeah.
Michael, I think you've done a fabulous job. I really love the look of it. You've nailed the cooking, honestly. If anything, there's a negative, and I like the acidity, but I think the sauce, it could almost be a little bit too acidic.
I think it's a really, really good dish. Because of the way you've chosen to cook the goat, you've managed to keep the flavour subtle. That allows all the vegetables to speak for themselves.
Fabulous dish. The olive oil poached goat is spectacular. You're becoming this really amazing cook. You could potentially win this competition.
Well, I'm really confident right now in my dish. I'm pretty excited that, you know, it might be me.
Well, I think there were only two dishes in the frame as the best two.
They both want to win today, there's no doubt about it. But I think in terms of technique, one dish stands out.
Let's reel the result. Your challenge was to create a magnificent dish using local seasonal produce from here in Margaret River. At stake, double chance at immunity. Firstly, to miss the next challenge in the MasterChef kitchen, And secondly, tomorrow, to cook off to win one of those elusive immunity pins. Two things that could give you an unparalleled advantage in this competition.
Immunity is the most prized possession in MasterChef because it could help you get to the ultimate goal, which is winning the whole competition.
Having said that, there can only be one winner.
It would be lovely to hear my name today, but I'm not entirely confident.
There can only be one winner, but there were two outstanding contenders. If I call your name, please step forward. Michael. Jay. You two produced the best dishes of the day. Well done.
Jay and Michael are the best of mates, and to see both of them standing side by side, it's almost like Tweedledum and Tweedledee.
Michael, how does it feel to be standing up here?
I'm really, really proud of the dish I cooked today. I guess I was a bit apprehensive at the start with the goat, but I guess once I started thinking about it, I was pretty glad I got that protein, and I'm really happy.
How good of friends are you with Jay?
We get on really well. I think we got the same sort of sense of humour, and we like to have a bit of fun, but we're also quite serious when we need to be, so I think we're all right, mates.
The question is, though, how much do you want to beat him today?
I've never wanted to beat someone more in my life. I want to, smash him. I guess if Jay takes it out, it'll probably be the best and the worst outcome. You know, he's a really good mate, so I'll be really happy for him, but there's something about beating your good mates that feels even better.
Well, the ironic thing about standing here next to him fighting for an immunity is that the immunity I want to protect from him. So I'm glad that we're both standing here, but I'd really like it. The fact that Michael and I are really good friends is, look, it's good and bad. We sort of play off each other, but at the end of the day, it's a solo competition and I want to beat him.
Jay, your Marin had loads of flavour, some great technique, and looked spectacular.
I think Jay's dish, probably a winner for me today. It just looked like a little picture.
Michael, your goat dish was this beautiful balance of subtle flavours and perfectly cooked goat.
I probably think Michael will win because, having seen both the dishes, I really like the looks of his.
The winner of today's invention test is Jay.
Well done, buddy.
Jay, that's a wonderful dish. It was a true expression of that beautiful Marin. Keep cooking like that. Fantastic stuff.
I've already had one shot at immunity and I didn't win that one. So I've got a second shot at immunity here in WA. This would cap off a perfect week for me, and I really hope I can bring that pin back to Sydney.
What a wonderful day. Jake, thanks for letting us into your little world here in Margaret River. It's absolutely beautiful. And hopefully one day we'll see you in our home ground at the MasterChef kitchen in Sydney. Thank you so much.
I'd be honoured. Thank you very much.
Jay, you're going to be back on deck tomorrow for another immunity challenge. Have a good rest, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
Thanks, guys.
I've lost today's challenge. I guess now the only thing standing between Jay and the immunity pin's that chef tomorrow. Boy, I hope he cooks well, because Jay having a pin makes this competition a lot harder.
Tomorrow night on MasterChef Australia.
Welcome to Bustleton Jetty.
An immunity challenge in another stunning location.
We're 2Ks out to sea.
Jay will face top WA chef Tony Howell.
The seafood master against weekend fishermen.
And a stiff sea breeze.
It's blowing an absolute gale.
In a race to cook a classic seafood dish.
We're neck and neck. This is a good sign.
He's actually looking really good.
Will it be second time lucky for Jay?
I think I might have done enough today to win.
Wow. It's a very, very close decision.